everybody. Welcome to Off, where two sisters talk about being old, fat, and fasting. I am Krista, and usually my sister Lori is here with me, but she is in the process of moving right now. So today it will be just me for this video. It's Friday, so with Off, that always means our weekly wrap up. So that's what I will be doing today. It will be a little different from our usual weekly wrap ups. Besides just Lori not being here, but we'll get into that in just a second. So usually there are two parts to our weekly wrap-ups. The first one is a weigh-in, where we say what our weight did this week. So this was my weight last Friday, this is my weight this morning. And then the second half is our food log, where we go through and we explain, here's when I ate and what I ate. Instead of that this week, though, I'm going to do a little self-confession. Not self-confession, a little confession, a little heart-to-heart here. Because when we started this YouTube channel, one reason we started it was because we wanted to create a channel where we kept it real, right? So fasting is hard, especially when you first start. But there are also other things that can make it difficult. And we want to be upfront and honest about those things because lots of people encounter these challenges and we want to show how we work through those and just share our experience. So I've been facing some challenges. I've talked about those some in the last few wrap-ups. And it kind of came to a head this week in a way. It sounds like it was something big and dramatic. It wasn't. And so I just want to talk about that. I have talked before in these videos about the fact that I have some digestive issues, I guess you would say. I have for a very long time. Even when I was a kid, I had some digestive issues. You hear my cat meowing? He's pawing me. He wants to come up. Come on. I don't know if he'll put his head up where you can see him or not. Here's Augie. There's Augie. He is. He's going to hang out on my lap. Got a space heater at my feet. He likes that. So anyway, when I fasted before, I stopped because I was having issues with acid reflux. It's kind of a chronic problem with me that I've had for years also. I've had tests, I've had scopes, I've had lots of stuff. There's no disease, there's nothing like that. It's just, I guess I have an acidic stomach. Augie is right in front of me, but you guys can't see. And when I started doing it again, I said that if it got to a point where it was an issue, I wasn't going to stop doing it this time because I really do believe in fasting for a lot of reasons. Instead, I was going to find a way to work through it, find a way to fast that would work for me. So over the last, I guess we started this channel, I think in July, and now it's November. So over the last 4 months, I have talked from time to time about I was having issues with my reflux, and what seemed to stop it was eating something. I've tried like liquid, that's what I'm looking for. Liquid stomach medicine. I can't think of the right word. I've tried Tums. I've tried this past week for a couple of days, I tried sipping some milk now and then. And those things help, but not for, they work short term. And when the acid reflux kicks in is after I haven't eaten for a while and my stomach gets empty. I didn't have this problem when I first started fasting last time or this time. It was just after I did it for a while, and as I started to do longer fasts too, I started having trouble with it. So one thing that I have done before that always worked until the last time was taking Prilosec. It didn't work this past time, but I have a theory about why that is. I didn't buy name brand Prilosec. I bought it off Amazon, and it was an off brand, and it didn't work. And it actually made me nauseous. And that's never happened to me before. But I went back and looked at that product on Amazon because I thought, well, maybe I bought the wrong thing. It does say it's the generic version of it, but there were several reviews. And I don't mean just 5 or 6. There were a lot of reviews that said that the same thing. It wasn't working for them, and Prilosec has always worked. Or it made them nauseous, and they've never had that issue with Prilosec before. So I'm thinking it might have been what I bought that time. So this past week, I bought, I think it was Wednesday, I bought name brand Prilosec, and I started taking it Thursday morning. So I'm going to give that a try again. So here's my plan at this point. Before I talk about my plan, I want to also explain that part of what's been going on with me the last few weeks, and definitely this past week, is I'm trying really hard to fast, and I'm trying really hard to manage the acid reflux. And when I get to a point where I'm like, I just have to put something in my stomach because this reflux is driving me crazy, that's frustrating because I really wanted to fast. And so what happens from that is kind of a domino effect. And I start, I'm frustrated, I'm disappointed, and starts a bit of a domino effect where I start eating things I shouldn't eat. And that's, I've said before, I really believe that fasting is as much a mental challenge process as it is a physical one. And that's an example of that being the case with fasting. Okay, so here's my plan as of today. But I'm just going to take it day by day, week by week, and adjust as I need to. I started the Prilosec Thursday. Usually it takes it 3 or 4 days to really kick in. I can tell a difference already, but I know that I will really see a difference after 3 or 4 days. So 4 days will be Sunday. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start fasting again on Monday, but I'm kind of going back to square one. I'm going to do what we recommend, what Lori and I have recommended in the past as a good place to start, and what a lot of people do when they first start. And actually what some doctors actually do recommend, which is a 16-8 fast, which means for 16 hours of the day, you don't eat. For 8 hours of the day, you let yourself eat. So for me, that'll probably look like something like I'll eat from 9 to 5, right? 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then I won't eat anything from 5 p.m. until 9 a.m. the next morning. I'll start with that. And while I'm eating, I'm going to focus on nutritious foods that I also know are good for my gut and good for reflux, because there is research that shows, and I'll put some links below this episode showing there are studies that show that low carb helps some people with acid reflux, and that vegetables help people with acid reflux. So what I'm going to focus on eating I'm not going to count calories. I'm not going to count anything. I'm not going to count protein grams or anything. So I'm going to focus on eating healthy proteins. So basically, what that probably means for me is no red meat. I generally don't eat red meat anyway. It probably won't mean changing that much with my proteins. I'll eat chicken and seafood. I'm going to start making a more conscious effort, though, to eat fish a couple of days a week, because that's just good for you in general. And the fats that are in fish, like salmon, those fats are also anti-inflammatory, and acid reflux is inflammation. So I'm going to make more of an effort to eat fish a couple times a week as well. So I'll eat protein, healthy proteins. I'll boost my veggie intake, and I'll keep it low carb. Probably most of the veggies I'll eat will be like salad, because they're pretty low carb and they're very good for your gut and for acid reflux. So that's what I'm going to change this week. And I actually plan on doing that for the next 2 weeks, because one course of treatment of Prilosec is 2 weeks. So I'm going to do a 16-8, eating those things, taking Prilosec for 2 weeks, and start that process of calming things down. And then I wrote this down so I would say it right. And I will at this point, I plan on doing Prilosec, a second round of Prilosec, and going to OMAD at that point, 1 meal a day. So what I have had the most luck with in the past is breakfast. And I love breakfast foods anyway. So at this point, what I'm thinking I'll do is, after this 2 weeks, I'll do another 2 weeks of Prilosec, and I'll eat breakfast each day. And we'll see how that goes. And there's tons of ways you can add veggies to your breakfast, add it to your eggs, or, lots of things you can do. And then after that, what I'm thinking at this point, my next step will be is to go off the Prilosec and do OMAD. And then we'll go from there. And I'm not going to worry about the scale during this time. Lori and I say at the beginning of every video, I might have forgotten to say it this time, that we fast for weight loss and for health. So yes, I do want to do it to lose weight, because I really believe in it as a way to lose weight, a healthy way to lose weight, and specifically to burn fat. But for right now, I'm going to focus on doing it for health, healing my gut, and getting my eating on track. And then I'll ease back into doing it for weight loss. So instead of looking at my weight from week to week, I'm going to be strict about keeping my diary, which I will post also on the website. I'm going to try to do it daily. So if you want to check each day, you can take a look at that. But be really strict about tracking what I'm eating. And if I do that, then that will be a success. I'm not even going to step on the scale. I'm not even going to worry about the weight right now. So for this week, there's no weigh-in. And I didn't do a food diary because I was frustrated. So I don't have either one of those today. And I don't have them for Lori just because she's so busy. She's moving and, has a million things to do. And I think I know she had to take down like all of her filming stuff and everything so they could show the house. And that will be it for today. And I will see you. Lori will probably be gone, next Friday as well. And maybe 2 more Fridays. We're just kind of taking that as it comes. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time, and happy fasting. Bye.